Hello, good day. My name is Chris Njoko. Today we'll be looking at the ribbons in your Excel workbook. Before us here is an Excel workbook, and then by default it contains about 10 different tabs that will make your navigation through Excel very easy. Now let's look at the tabs that are located on the ribbon. The first here is File. Have the Home tab, the Insert tab, the Page Layout tab, the Formulas tab, the Data tab, the Review tab, the View tab, the Help tab, and then this very last one that says Tell me what you want to do. This is Microsoft Excel 2019. If you have a more recent Microsoft Excel, it might look a little bit different. But for emphasis sake, what you have before you is 2019 Microsoft Excel. Now let's move forward. The very first we have here is the File tab. The File tab takes you to the backstage view of Excel. Click on it like this, and then it shows you a lot. It shows you New, Open, Save, Save As, History, Print, and a whole lot of commands that you can use in the File tab. So if you're new to Excel, this is actually the first place you should begin from to help you to know how to probably save a new file, open a file, and save an existing file, and create a new file, and then open a file that is existing. So these are some of the commands that you can navigate through in the File tab. The larger area of the right display associated command options for the selected feature. To exit the backstage view, click the back arrow. This is it. Click the back arrow, and then you exit and return back to the Excel ribbon tabs. So moving forward, we have talked about the File tab. The next is the Home tab. This is the Home tab. It contains the most frequently used buttons to format and edit the worksheets. So that is just one thing about the Home tab. If you click on it like this, it shows you a whole lot. These are groups of commands that are alike. So this is the clipboard where you have the cut, the copy, and then the paste. So, and then this is the font group that talks about giving your text different kind of font formatting, like changing the font size and also changing the font type. And then you can as well bold, italics, and underline what you have there. You can give your cell fill color, and this is also to give your text a fill color, your font a fill color. So this is what the font group does in the Home tab. So this is for alignment, left alignment, center alignment, right alignment. This is what this group is all about. And this is numbers. The numbers, you can give them different kind of decimal places, and you can also change your numbers to currencies. You can leave it as custom. You can make it percentage. This is where you work around your numbers. So this is your styles where you have your formatting and every other thing you want to do to your worksheet. And then here we have the cells group where you can insert a row, you can delete a row, you can add column, you can do a whole lot. So this is where you work on your cells. You can format cells as you want. And then this is the editing group where you see sort and filter. You can find and replace, you clear, and also you do your auto sum here on the editing group. So These are just the group that you can find in the Home tab. Next is the Insert tab. So click on it like this. The Insert tab is also another area that you can look around and see a lot that you can do. It contains buttons used for inserting variety of different objects in your worksheet, such as a graph, a picture, and table. So you can see this in case you want to create table, and then this is pivot table, and then if you want Excel to recommend the table based on your data, this is what you should use. And then this group illustration talks about pictures, can add shapes and every other thing that you want to see in your worksheet. So that is for illustration. This is another group, the add-ins. You can decide to bring in some applications, maybe from the internet, and add-ins, things you can bring in to make your job easier. And then this is the charts group, where here you select your data and then ask Excel to recommend charts to you based on your data. And then these are the various types of charts that you can see there: the column chart, the line chart, the pie chart, the scattered plot chart, a whole lot of charts, and then the pivot chart. Here you find them on the chart group. These are for tools, not very much used often in Excel, except you are doing some work online and then you want to synchronize what you're doing. So this is Sparkline. Here you can use Sparklines to format a cell based on what you have in mind to do. So sparklines are also unique group. And then you have the filter group where you can slice, you can even use the filter to filter your data based on dates, timeline. So this is what the filter group. And then this is linked to the internet, and then this one is the test. You can format your test. And then this very important group, the symbol group, where you can find mathematical equations and then some symbols. Imagine if you are working and then you want to add some very um, specific symbols to what you're doing. It could be scientific symbol, it could be business or financial symbols. These are where you will find them in the Insert tab. So next is the Page Layout tab. So click on it, you can see the various groups, the themes, the page setup, the scale to fit, sheet, the arrange. These are the commands you find in the page layout. Of course, the name alone will give you a clue of what is expected here. Here you can give your page the kind of orientation. It could be a landscape, it could be a portrait, margins. You can set your margins before you print. You can just do a lot. And then this is for the print area, where you see how what you are working on will look like when you print it. And then this is for page breaks. You can try to break your text in a page. And then these are a whole lot background, how you want it to look. So for the scale to fit group in the page layout, you can decide to work on the height and the width of what you're working on. So this is where you do that. And then this is the sheet options, how you want to view it, the print, and then this is the arrange group, where you bring forward, you take back, and then a whole lot. You can select your pins as you want it. That is that about the page layout tab. In summary, the page layout tab contains buttons that allow you to change the themes of your Excel documents. So you arrange the layout of objects in your document and prepare your document for printing. So that is just a summary of what the page layout will do for you. So next is the formulas tab. So click on it, and these are a whole lot that you can find in the formula tab. It contains the tools that you need to create formula and perform calculations on your data. You can see the groups there. This is the function library um, group, where you can see different kind of functions that are grouped according to their importance. So this contains the financial functions. You can see a whole lot of financial functions. If you are someone that works on finance a lot, you learn how to use the functions that are here. So you can see a whole lot of them here. two. Another is the logical function group. This where you see the and, the false, the if error. These are logical group. And then this is a test group where you can work on your test. And then this is the date and time group. So a whole lot of functions here. But in summary, what you're going to find here in the formula bar are what you need, the functions you need to be able to manipulate your data, and then work on them, merge them, organize them the way you want them to look. So that is what you will find on the formula tab. So the next tab here is the data tab. You click on it. So this is the whole lot you can find in your data tab. It contains buttons that will allow you to import data from external sources, manage your data, manage your connections, and also merge and organize your data. So these are what you can find in this very tab. You can see this from text to CSV, from web, from table range. So this is get data. Where are you getting your data from? Is that you're getting it from your computer or you're getting it from an external source? So that is what this group does for you. Get and transform data. Another group is the queries and connection. How are you connecting your data from one sheet to another, from one workbook to another? So these are what this very group does for you. So, and then you have the sort and filter group in the data. Yes, you can select your data and then you decide to sort your data in alphabetical order. Maybe you can start from A to Z or from Z to A, which is the reverse order. And then filter, you can filter your data. You give it specific commands. You tell it how it should look like, where you select some and then you select some and then it gives you what is expected. And then we have the data tools. One very important command here is the data validation, where you can tell Excel that if you find any data that is not related to this, please show me an error. If I'm entering data on a particular row and there's a data point that falls outside of the data range that is acceptable, show me an error message. You can tell Excel that, okay, on this very row, I want to enter numbers between 0 and 100. So if I mistakenly type anything outside of that range, like I type 101 or 105, show me an error message. So these are some of the tools you can find on these data tools group. And then you have the focus group where you can use your data to move forward based on what you're seeing on your data. How can it be after a certain period? So that is what that does for you. So there are a whole lot you can find here. It just depends on you, the ones you are working on, and what you want to do part time. Then we're also moving forward. We have looked at the data tab. The next here is the review tab. So just like the name suggests, the review tab contains the tools you need to proof and review your spreadsheet, such as the spell checker and then research tools. A lot of it. You can see this proofing shows that here you try to check if you have made errors in spelling and every other thing. So this is what you can find in this group. Accessibility, insights, language as well. You see the comments. Then here you can look at changes where you can try to protect your sheet or your workbook before you send it out. So these are some of the commands that are inside this very group. Very important. People sometimes work on Excel workbook and sheet and then give it some kind of protection. Sometimes it could be on some cells, it could be on a worksheet to say, yes, you can have access to this um, worksheet or workbook, but don't tamper with this cell. Don't tamper with this worksheet. So that's what that very group gives to you. So next is the view tab. This is the view tab. The view tab helps you to control the way your worksheet is displayed. So that is just how it is. As you're working, you can decide to view your worksheet without grid lines or without formula bars. So whichever way you want it, you just come here and then you check and uncheck. So looking at this, the normal, the page break preview, page layout, the custom view, these are just some of the things. These are another group, the show group that shows you the grid lines, the headings, the formula bar. If I decide to remove grid lines now from what you're seeing, this is what I'll do. I'll just check this, and then you can see the grid lines have disappeared. When you click on it again, the grid lines will appear. So that's what the view is all about here. So the view basically is just for you to know how you want your screen to be per time, your workbook, your worksheet. You can look at this. This is the zoom where you can zoom in and zoom out. And then here you find some very interesting commands. Look at this. The freeze pane command helps you to freeze some part of your screen, some parts of your workbook. You can decide to freeze pane, and then so that when you're navigating from left to right, you will not have challenge seeing both sides. You will not go too deep. As we move forward in Excel, you'll be seeing practical use of freezing panes in um, day-to-day activity. So that is just what you can obtain from the View tab. So the next is the Help tab. The Help tab, which is this, offers you assistance option from Microsoft, where you have access to look at this show training community where you can drop bugging questions, and then people will help you to tell you this is how to go about it. But mind you, you have to be connected to the internet while you are working so that you can have access to give you such assistance. So that is that for the help tab. So the next here is tell me what to do. One very important thing about this is that if you have a cell selected and then you click the space, the search field becomes active. So clicking the drop down there can help you and offer some possible suggestions to you. That's just what it's all about. You can just start typing and then you see some possible suggestions based on what has been pre-installed in the system. So this is just all about the tabs that you can find in a basic Excel 2019 workbook. You can decide to bring in some commands into the ribbon, some that are not here. You can just click to customize the way you want it. You can see when you click on this drop down, if you want an email command to be there and a whole lot, you just anyone you need, you check it. You can see what you see checked now are the things you are seeing display. You can see new, open, save, spelling, undo and redo. These are them. You can see this is for save, this is for undo, this is for spelling, this is for to open. So a whole lot. This is to open. These are a whole lot of the commands that are there for you to walk around. So make out time to play around this. It's your own workbook, it's your worksheet. You learn by doing things. So that is just what I would advise anyone seeing this video. Try and learn by doing things. Practice by doing things. Don't just wait till the day you need a particular tab and then you start running around because you don't know the commands that are there. You can start by just bringing in data and then you play around each of these tabs. I am very, very sure that any day you do such, you will learn something new. Thank you for watching.